Girl, we got some tea?
With the honey and the sugar.
Nah, we gonna need some wine for this one.
Well, wine me, please.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Why Me Please podcast. Where your favorite trio is here to slay your airwaves. I'm your favorite Shaniqua.
It's your girl, Dominique.
And Candace.
And y'all, we are here to get real busy.
We're gonna get y'all some behind the scenes footage, okay? Like some pre-podcast.
For real.
The conversations before the podcast.
Spicy.
Lit.
Just like the camera going.
Spicy.
Right.
Spicy.
It's spicy, exactly.
Okay, before we get into today's topic, Dominique, tell the people what we drinking.
So, we have this beautiful wine called Fabulous. No. The flavor is Fabulous Orange, and the name is Sweet Bitch.
Sweet
I
Bitch.
love a sweet bitch.
Okay, the brand is Sweet Bitch. The name of the wine is Fabulous Orange. The Sweet Bitch Fabulous Orange is a delightful fusion of zesty orange flavors with the crisp white wine with vibrant citrus aroma that tantalizes the senses. This wine offers a refreshing burst of juicy orange notes on the palate, balanced by a hint of sweetness that lingers on the finish. Perfect for those who enjoy a light and fruity wine with a touch of elegance. It's best served chilled as a... Man, girl, I don't know what that say.
Girl, I don't know what it
As an apparatus.
Yeah, there we go.
See? As an apparatus or paired with light salads and seafood dishes. 11.5% alcohol.
So you know it's going to be a little fruity.
It's not, this seems like it may be a little carbonated. Is it carbonated?
I like the description it described me. Sweet bitch.
Exactly.
Swirl it, sniff it,
Okay.
cheers it.
Cheers.
It's going to be interesting.
It's giving
citrus.
apple
Yeah,
spritz.
this is going... I don't know why I gave what I thought it was going to give. Because I'm not really I'm not a big citrus person. So it's like a combination of like cough medicine and orange soda.
Yeah, I'm like, it tastes like an orange
It
soda.
reminds me
soda
of
and cough
Sunkist and
syrup.
vodka. Because vodka is, I don't like the way vodka tastes. Like, it reminds me of like a Sunkist orange pop.
You know, when people ain't got good mixers and you just got to mix it with a pop.
With a pop. And they
Yeah.
had Sunkist orange. That was it.
Hey, that's kind of bad though. When you think about it that way. My bad, sweet bitch.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
They sorry.
But you know, I'm not
I'm
a
looking
citrus
forward-
person. I just
I'm
know
looking
that's...
forward to my cup after.
It's just a taste bud thing. It's
I'm not mad at it, but it's kind of like a mystery drink. And it was just kind of like, nah, I don't really need it.
Yeah, no.
It is what it is. Next.
I'm sorry. It wasn't the one for me. I'm not a citrus person, though.
But let's get into this pasta salad, though. Put this back over there. Won't be asking for it back.
This is what we're really excited for. So tell us about
This is
this.
a pad thai cold pasta salad.
Got it from Pete's.
And let's see.
And Spencer wanted to be a crybaby.
Baby, I already mentioned this in shrimp.
No, for real.
I'm about to cry some more. I didn't know it was cold. That's even worse. Like, oh no, cold.
Oh my gosh, Spencer, grow up.
The best is you're so childish.
So childish.
'Cause I don't want cold pop.
You're more childish than Dalen.
Then Dalen, okay?
Shout out to Dalen.
So this could be fire either way, I think. Now,
You could definitely warm that
I
up.
was like,
and
you
still
could warm
be
this
good.
up and it still be fire.
Baby, I just need this other shrimp. It's giving like
A
shrimp.
shrimp would top it off.
This is bomb. Okay. Pete's.
Yeah.
If you
It's
ain't
like
got
a
a pizza
Sicilian pasta
in your
salad.
area, I feel sorry for y'all. Cause
No,
this is
for
it.
real.
This is good.
Anyways, all right. Get one more bite and then y'all can start.
I know all y'all hear is.
Right, because all you hear is her and
My bad.
digging up in there. No, I'm just playing.
My bad.
You know, I'm definitely going to pizza after this.
Oh, yeah, y'all saucy asses. See, that's be the thing. Y'all don't want to go first.
I'm
I'm not going to be the dominant one in this room. One of y'all go first.
Well,
I'm being submissive.
I'm submissive.
Y'all, you a lie.
I am submissive.
Y'all missed what just happened off these cameras.
I am submissive.
Anyways, go ahead, Dominique. You were saying something. No, she got food in her mouth.
I was about to say something
It's
else.
not no nuts, though.
See, she was gonna say it. See, I just be piggybacking. See, I just be ready for the occasion.
This is good. This is good. I'm mad I gotta talk to y'all right now because I'm gonna keep eating. No, I'm just playing. But so today this conversation may be like a little spicy, a little sexy, a little get on some of y'all nerves. But we're talking about the modern times and modern day sex life of people. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just give you a little recap what we're gonna talk about. We talk about everything from objectification to bedroom power between male versus woman. We may even throw in a little bit of
I got a little LGBT perspective.
Okay. Do you include a little toy action here or there?
Why look at you?
Everybody pointing to me.
And,
even the stigma around that with sex toys.
Exactly. So that's what we're talking about. We're going to be talking about, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good. I probably said the wrong lyrics, but yeah.
I think that's a good place to start. It was sex toys, and the reason I brought that up is the immediate thing that came to my head is when Walmart took some of the stuff off the shelves, or Walmart was rolling back with selling sex toys. I heard there was some commotion with some state. I gotta look it up. I should have looked it up. There was a state that had put in an order or of some sort that they wanted to get sex toys off of the Walmart shelves. They didn't want it accessible to people in that way. And I just thought that was a very interesting.
I was about to say, I didn't know Walmart had sex toys because I know Target has sex toys.
KY does have a little vibrator ring thing that they sell next to the KY jelly. So I have seen that in stores before. Maybe there's something about that.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. I know Target has some. But it's not like a whole wide variety of it. It's just like, the little small, little ones, little vibrator, little rabbits, bullets.
Something that the kids don't really know what it is.
That part. Or maybe
yeah.
They do. Shit, I don't know.
But what's the stigma behind sex toys? Like, and I hear conversation in both ways. Like, you're gonna take away the natural feeling, or you're going to numb yourself where you can't feel pleasure anymore. You hear those conversations that are kind of like discouraging women from healthy sex play. And now I'm starting to see more advancement for men in sex play. But what do you think the conversation, and what are your thoughts on like healthy sex play and like toys and the stigma around stuff like that?
I think the biggest thing was healthy. So like, even if you are using sex toys for your own personal pleasure, too much of anything can be bad.
Right.
So you definitely have to use it in moderation. Don't be coming down there like you trying to start up a goddamn lawnmower.
It was in Texas.
Of course it was in Texas.
It was in Texas.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it got knocked down, but it was in Texas.
But yeah, so I think that like it's healthy. It can be enjoyable, but I think ego has to get out of the way for both men and women. To be honest, like it can just be. I think that it can be good for the sex life. To be honest,
it can. Sex toys are great. I'm an advocate for sex toys. Get you one. Use it in your relationship.
Of course, women women openly have embraced it more as time has progressed. But what do you think? And we can't make assumptions on how men think. But what do you think men's opposition? Some of them having opposition to using it in concurrence with.
Yeah, I think that they think they can beat it.
Yeah. That's literally all it is. Most men think that they're competing against a sex toy, but if you really think about it, if you're using a sex toy in combination with your sex life with your partner, it actually enhances the sexual experience for many different reasons. The woman is not the only person who benefits from it. The man does too. Some men don't even realize like that vibration of that toy also feels good against your penis. And it also enhances that whole ordeal. So it's like, get out your head, stop being immature about it. Put your ego to the side and really enjoy your sex life. Like, really get all the benefits that women get out of it, too.
Exactly.
And I think if people actually had these conversations a little bit more openly about what their desires or needs in a sexual relationship, you wouldn't be outsourcing and shame in those relationships. Like, I think there's a aspect of shame around sex so much where modesty is highlighted, that you don't want a particular kind of woman that may seem overly sexual, but then when it comes down to it, you don't necessarily commit or can commit because your partner isn't feeling your needs in that way, or you're afraid to ask what you want, in those relationships. So I think having more conversations about what it is that you do want to try, at least you know what I mean, that comes to your mind that you want to explore, exploring that a little bit more so you can have a healthy sexual relationship.
I have seen a
men
post
and women
where they were talking about like some women who have been like taught like modesty, don't even know how to enjoy sex.
Or never orgasm.
Or that too. Or never orgasm, because it's just kind of like you're kind of taught that like
it's dutiful.
Sex can be nasty, or it's just kind of like no.
It's more dutiful than it is pleasurable.
Sex is nasty, but it's good nasty.
It's good nasty.
Like that's literally what it is. Like we can call it what it is. It's nasty, yeah, but it's good nasty. It's meant to be pleasurable. It's meant to be enjoyed, but we don't have to frown at it just because oh well, I'm not supposed to be doing that. Says who?
I don't even like using the word nasty. Right, I could say freaky. I don't even like saying nasty because I think when I think nasty, I think it's more spiritual, and I think on a sense of that way, you are connecting with someone in such a way that the things that are mixing in the way that they are, that's a level of intimacy that you should really feel connected to that person in that way, that you're able to share that. And to me, that's more spiritual than saying, it's nasty, right? But it's more, to me, that's more of an emotional thing that you're crossing a bound of intimacy with someone.
Yeah, 100%. How do you guys feel power should be shared in the bedroom? Like for me, I like to say that I enjoy being submissive too, but sometimes men like for women to kind of like take control, take charge. But I do just like being like just submissive, like. But you can be a submissive dominant as well, I heard. So, but like, how do you guys feel like pleasure should?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's kind of how I am in a sense of, because I feel like, and this is how I had to learn that too. She like, give me that food while you talking. Because we've been taught for so long that sex was, well, at least for me, that was for someone else. It was performative for a while. And especially in my heterosexual relationship, sex was a performance. And so for me, it was more about them. When, I explored my sexual identity a little bit more and things like that, I found out sex could be pleasurable and, it could be mutual. And so in that sense, I think on an energetic way of how I am attracted to someone, you can follow the needs of that person. On some days, you can be submissive, and on some days they need you to be dominant, but you can read that energy and chemistry with that person on when to step in and when to step out. And some people don't know when to step in and be that dominant person because they're not comfortable. Because I call myself sexually fluid because I know I have like a dominant aspect of me. It does come natural to me to go ahead and take the lead because I think that came from the performative aspect of I want to see you happy or I want to see you enjoy this. So that's where I think that dominant part comes in, is when to perform.
Okay.
So, not that I don't like taking control either, but I think being submissive is, who don't want to just...
And I'm holding my mic because I didn't want y'all to hear me chewing. But I wouldn't even say that I'm like submissive in terms of like I just want to lay there. I literally just like being told what to do.
That too.
In the bedroom.
That too.
Nowhere else.
That too.
No, like I think that's what it is for me. So and then this may not be the best thing, but I just enjoy, having like an extremely like man that, presents extremely masculine. So it's just kind of like I like seeing that man power in the bedroom too. But I wonder if that's like a lot of pressure for a person like, to feel like they always have to perform. Like, how do you find that balance? But my question was pretty much like the balance of men and women in power in the bedroom. Like, is there a power struggle in terms of like who's gonna take charge? Like how does that work?
I don't think men always want to take the lead, to be honest. I think that's kind of a role thing that has been put on them in that way. But I also think that if women were more vocal about what they wanted, we can have real conversations about consent. Because if men think that they have to take the initiative all the time, then and you're a little bit more submissive and passive, to some men who don't understand body language of like, she really not into it and you just pushing yourself on her versus like, oh, she enjoys the fact that I'm taking the lead. Like, I think for some of them there's this confusion, and so women, I think, speak up on what you want too. Even just having the conversation of like, hey, I'm passive. If you initiate, I'm cool with that. I'm ready to go when you are. Even having that conversation versus not having it at all.
I mean, yeah, I definitely think the conversation needs to be had. Everybody needs to really speak up to like their desires and when they want to be the one that's the dominant versus the submissive or the aggressor in the bedroom because that's what you like that little aggression from whether it's your man or your woman. Like if people just really talk about more what they want and what they desire, everybody can get their needs met. Because like you said, men don't always want to be the one taking charge. While in my shit, I'm the dominant one. Like don't tell me what to do. But that's just me. Like I just like that. And me personally, I think that also just come from a trust issue because I don't know if I can trust that you're gonna do it right. You're gonna have to because I also think some men don't know their strength, right? Yeah. So like while I may like choking you, I don't trust that you gonna
choke me right.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's so.
Let's talk about a safe word.
Yeah, right, exactly. So you have to talk about all those things, and you have to understand like. Okay, am I doing this right, or is this too much pressure, or do you like this? And even just when you're going from one sex position to the next, but even just asking like, okay, are we ready to move on to the next stage? Because you could have been giving her head for 20 minutes and you think she's ready, but maybe she's still not ready for the penetrative part of it. And let's just talk about that for a hot second. Sex is not only vaginal penetration. I just want to make that very clear. Every time you having sex with somebody, it does not have to just be, oh, we're having vaginal penetration. Or if you don't, then you didn't have sex. No, you had sex. Whether it was just oral, whether it was giving hand jobs, whether whatever that looked like, whether they was he was.
If he wasn't kissing, you was fucking. No, I'm saying.
Right.
Whether he was using the vibrator on you till you get to your point, you know what I'm saying? Like that's still considered sex. Like. Society has this one-dimensional idea of what sex is, and I think now people are starting to look at it more in depth and see that okay, sex isn't just only what we thought it was. So like every time you intimate with your partner, the end goal doesn't have to just simply be, I stuck my penis in her vagina, so we're good to go, or if it's two men or two women, whatever the case may be. No, it could be y'all gave oral and y'all was both pleased and y'all went to sleep.
And y'all can have.
I actually have a lot of those conversations in my LGBT relationship counseling where maybe their partner, this is their first bisexual or same-sex homosexual relationship where they didn't realize those boundaries. Like, oh, that's cheating. Like. Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? And so even having those conversations, even in the LGBT community of defining those boundaries and what those lines are, even with polygamy and things like that, those are boundaries and conversations that need to be had about what boundaries are. Because again, trust is having that conversation and that communication.
Yeah.
But I had briefly mentioned when Shanika was talking, a lot of people can have sex and not have sex. And I only say that because it's, like you said, it's more than just penetration. There's connection. Something. I'm not saying that you even have to necessarily
be all in love or nothing.
All in love, but there has to be some type of
attraction.
It should. True sex to me, both people who are consenting to each other should be benefiting from it. It's also a build up. Some people could just go in the bathroom, go in the room, look at each other, and just be like, all right, let's fuck. And it'd be that. But some people
I was thinking about that too,
Yeah,
about initiation. When we were going back to initiation, I think about that too, on like women would probably initiate more if they felt romanticized and if there was initiative, because foreplay doesn't start with touch. So foreplay is more mental. Right, foreplay is more mental and emotional for a lot of women. So if you did come home with flowers, maybe she would, you know what I mean? So it's like things like that would get women going is more than just physical, and that is foreplay for women.
And for most people too, it is. A lot of women will. I don't mind speaking about this because I'm going through it right now with my spouse. But also with like after having a child experiencing some like postpartum, sometimes you just want to feel more desire. Like you would definitely get more initiation if the person that you're with feels seen. You know what I'm saying? Like or feels desire in general.
Gotta feel desire.
It could just be
especially after major life changes.
Exactly. It could be just as simple as like, giving them a kiss, hope you have a good day, or a quick, I can't wait to get back home, I'm tired, I can't wait to be with you. Like, you don't even understand just how making your spouse feel wanted in the slightest way will get you going, will get them going. I remember I was watching a divorce court, and Judge Tolbert, she gave it play-by-play. She told this man, she said, 5 minutes of your day, I can guarantee you, will get you laid almost every night. And she was like, okay, when you wake up in the morning, give your wife a kiss. That go the first form of affection. You leave out the door, okay, I love you,
know what a forehead
babe.
kiss could do?
Exactly. You leave out the door, okay, babe, I'll be home. Text in the middle of the day, hey, I was just thinking about you. Come home. Maybe you don't have to cook, but maybe you just come home with food already cooked.
You came with a candy bar. I'd be like, oh, you thought of me on the way home. You stopped and got some gas and was like, she wanted that.
Exactly. Something so simple. And then at night, hey, babe, go take a shower. I'm about to go get a shower. Let's try to be in bed by 9 o'clock. Bam. Coochie every day.
Go take a shower. I'm going to go give your son a bath while you go get in the shower.
Maybe 10, 15 minutes tops of your day can possibly get you sex more than once a week.
Yeah, it's really the thoughtfulness, really.
It's the thoughtfulness. Just wanting to be seen and heard. It's the build-up. Literally, the build-up.
And I think it's also important just to understand and know, like, what that build-up looks like for your partner.
For each partner.
It looks different for everybody. Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, my build-up may look different from my spouse's build-up.
Right.
And so trying to find that middle ground is super important.
And compromising on that.
And compromising. Like, I learned that I'm sapiosexual, right? Exactly. So everything is mental for me.
I'm the same
way. Everything is mental. Like, I'm that person who you can say, yeah, and I think I said this on a previous episode. I'm that person you can say, yeah, I'm trying to fuck tonight, and I'm ready to go. Like, I don't need all of the other things. Now, granted, if you take something off my load, yes, that's great, because most women are at the love language is at the service, so you're lightening up their load. I now have more free time to want to give and want to do and be present in that way. But you can literally tell me, yeah, so you want me to bend you over later? Oh, okay, cool. You tell me that at 8 o'clock in the morning, that's on my mind all day.
Right. So shit like that'll piss me off. Shit like that'll piss me off. See, you ain't even gotta say nothing, just come kiss me on my neck or something, go give me a look and walk away. That's what you gotta do.
See, like, don't do that to me. Like, don't kiss me on my neck, because I'm finna be like, what you want? What is we doing here? Because now I got so many questions. Like, is that just a kiss because you just miss me? Or is that a kiss because, now you want to do something? But if you text me, first thing you want to
clear direct communication.
Yeah, first thing you get to work, I'm going to bend you over later on.
Well,
by 10, if I know this man get off at 5 o'clock.
Your ass in bed at 4:30.
Don't make it home to 7 because of traffic. You know, he coming from all the way up there. I know that I would have been showered again. At 5 o'clock, I'm finna hop in the shower again. I'm finna get all, set my mood, get my playlist, everything ready.
Get all buttery
lube ready, because y'all better be using lube. And I'm also have that vibrator ready because we do it all, okay? Sorry, Jarvis, I put our business out. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm setting the scenery. So when he get home, all he got to do is take a shower and I'm ready to go. Because he done already let it be known.
Set the tone.
You know what I'm saying? And I set the environment. He set the tone. I set the environment.
Yeah.
We good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned that from anyways, I ain't gonna tell you what I learned that from. Go see a sex therapist, y'all. Don't call me though. No, call me.
Right.
And that's the thing. I think some of us are very romantic people where we like to set the environment. If we know what the intention is, it's like you like to set the scene.
I just need to know where I stand.
Yeah.
And if I know where I stand, like I know like what I can do to set the mood. Exactly. I'm very much so a words of affirmation person. Honestly, it's probably a little bit of all of them. Now that I'm a mom, I'm like, okay, if you can help me with this right here.
I think they shift, and I think people need to realize it different what phase you're in your life.
They definitely shift. Just
and that's a conversation they keep having too. Like, hey, that ain't working no more. I don't really feel like you appreciate that I do that anymore. Right. Like, you know what? You're right. This actually is my love language right now because that ain't working no more because I'm good here.
Exactly. So I don't think people having but also both parties. We're in a marriage council right now, and I was saying like both parties also, even with sex, you have to be open to correction.
Absolutely.
It can be a very hard conversation because again, egos can get in the way. You can begin to feel like, oh, well, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing something right. Something's wrong with me. No, people evolve. Things change, and in that midst, like you have to be open to correction. It's not saying that what she was doing was wrong, but for where we are right now, it does not work now. Exactly. Even like, just for example, for just in case somebody there's like, how does it not work? I was looking at TikTok and they were showing a new way to do math, how to divide, and I was like, 3 going to 7 2 times. 3 times
you gotta break it into.
And they were making a problem so long, but they were grading them based off how they got the answer, not the answer that they got. So even in sex, yeah, we had sex, but how we got to what we had sex may not have made sex okay. The answer's still wrong.
Right.
At the end of the day, the answer is still wrong because we're focused on how we're getting there. So the problem that we used to do, the way we used to divide, we can't use that same problem and that same whatever you want to call it in today's world. It's changed.
That's deep.
It's changed. You gotta switch it up.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I was still against it. And when you put it that way,
to switch it up because, like I said, certain things don't work no more. Like we recently just had a conversation of like we was out of town and then like, oh, y'all got them text messages I sent y'all.
Right. I was like,
so I
still would have cared about that.
So that method that day worked wonders, right? But when I got home and I tried to run that same method back, it didn't work the same wonders, right? And it was like, okay.
But because the environment we was in was heightened it,
Exactly, right? And so I started to think about that, like, okay, well, we was in a different environment. No matter how much I like replicated everything, there was still something off. And then what I also realized is that while I'm gonna set the tone, I'm gonna set the environment person, I was like, what did I do different than the last time? And then one of the main things was I didn't have the music playing at the start of it all. Like eventually I cut my music on, right? I'm like, okay.
But it took a break, a pause.
Yeah, so it's like, don't ever do that shit again. Like play,
get your playlist ready.
Play how your playlist going. But it was me just trying to be like, maybe we don't need music this time. Maybe we can. But I had to. It was a moment I realized, like, no, it's a reason why I play music.
It's a vibe.
Because mentally, I'm vibing to what's being said. Like what's being said is even turning me on even more. Because it's like, oh, you said. What didn't I say? Nasty ground? Oh yeah, now let me do my, because now you going with what's being said. And I was like, don't do that no more.
Music is influential.
But again,
so it was a different song. You was going, okay.
No, I didn't.
She didn't have music on.
Okay.
I was trying to be like, oh girl, we don't need music this time.
We just want to hear it.
And I was like, nope. She not ready down there because the music ain't really hyped me up like it used because I missed that part, which delayed.
I'm a music person too.
And then it was like, okay, cool. Eventually, it was like real good, but it's just like, damn, that was a little tough start right there. I could have avoided that had I stuck with what I knew what was working. But that's why you have those conversations with us, because we debrief. I think I mentioned this before. We debrief after every sexual encounter because
that's good practice.
Because again, something may not have worked. Or like we be like, or you like something that was done differently in that one moment.
Do that again.
And you're like, after that text I sent y'all, I was like, hey, we need to talk about that one. Like, what was that way? Right. Like, we've never experienced that before. And it's like, oh shit, because you realize, when both parties are really into it, it brings out another level of intimacy, another level of excitement and enjoyment, and like, oh, I really love this man or this woman. Like, I ain't
never did that before.
That part, like, you ain't never hit that angle before. What was that? Run that back. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, oh, you love me and you love my inside.
That part.
Yes. I was going to say put a baby in it, but pause. Not yet. We there. We're almost there.
Oh, yeah, not yet. We almost done. Not yet. Wait a minute. All right, wait. Was you finna say something about that? I got a question. Okay, so this kind of goes back to like the sex toys a little bit. So what if your men partner, if decided that they want you to peg them? Are we with it or are we not?
I try everything once.
See, I know that I need to. I don't know how to say this, but I probably have toxic masculinity ideas about men.
I was gonna say, do you feel like it's gay?
I don't know if I feel like it's gay because I do know
if his attraction is to women.
Right, I do know that. I would say this. I would feel like it's more gay if he wants to use a dick-shaped dildo.
Granted.
Fair enough. But if it's the regular
right,
booty.
right. It's like pleasure is pleasure.
Right,
if I'm attracted to you,
the means G spot is anal.
Yeah.
Their G spot is in their anus.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would probably talk about it. It would take a lot of self-reflection for me because I would be like, now how I don't know that you don't like, you know. Okay, he wasn't trying crack. How long you going to try heroin?
but here's the logical. Here's the devil's advocate. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate on this part.
I think that's like I have a toxic idea, and I need to. I recognize that. Though.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be devil's advocate even on the dildo aspect of it because anatomically it is made to be pleasurable in that shape and form. So to alter the shape and form, you're kind of like doing a whole mental process to not make it normalized.
It look like a vibrator.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have to. Anal toys don't.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm like, as long as he's not like, no, it gotta look like a dick.
Right. Like if you're not adamant about it, then like let's have a conversation. Yeah. Like, do you want to try something else? Because like, okay, all right. Like, who am I to judge? Right.
Seriously.
But I think pleasure is pleasure.
I also think that can be very attractive to. Not this is may be wrong, but in my mind, I can see how it can be very attractive to women who are more dominant because I think that it does, in my mind, put you at an even more powerful position than your male because now they are in the most vulnerable position. So I can see how that can be attractive for women who like to be dominant, like true dominant.
To go to that point, I think it goes to the performative aspect because when you think about women who are dominant in leadership, it is a performative aspect of you have to show up a certain way and carry a certain demeanor. So it is like a control power thing that performing is part of that and wanting to see them like, oh yeah, it does feel like a power thing to see someone else experience that.
Yeah.
And so yeah. And
I also have to get out of my head too that like in my mind, I'm like, I have no desire to play in your ass, but it's not my desire though. It's not about me. I would have to get out of my head. Like, it's not what I want to do. It's about what's pleasurable for them in this moment. Like, you know, he may not want to, you know, lick my ass, but he do it. So it's about what your spouse wants to do. So that'll just be something that I'm not judging nobody that does it, but in my mind, it's not my cup of tea. And I think that goes back to me sexually loving to see my spouse in a very powerful masculine position. And I feel like if I was in a position to peg, that would put them at a very vulnerable state, and I don't like seeing them in that state. I like seeing them just extremely just...
But does it feel vulnerable for you? Because for them, they don't feel vulnerable.
It would feel vulnerable. It would definitely feel vulnerable. And it would feel vulnerable for me because it would put me in a position of power, and I don't like to be in a position of power during sex. So that could be it.
Yeah, you answered your give it to them. Not saying that your spouse wanted, but I'm just saying. Have y'all seen the show The Hunting Wives?
Yes, I have.
That's how, because she was pegging the shit out that sheriff, and I loved every moment of it. And I knew watching it, like just watching their dynamic and how she is, she has a lot of masculine.
Because she was in the same field as him, but yeah, she's super masculine. Masculine with him, but very submissive with the woman.
With the woman, exactly, because she was cheating with a woman. So it was so interesting.
You gotta watch
it. You gotta watch it. Yeah.
I keep scrolling past it, but I thought it had horror context to it. So I
no. Watch it, girl. But when I saw it, I was like laying here watching. She was like, "Yes, get it," because I was like, because when that scene came up, and I was like, the way they lay, I said, "Oh, she pegging him," and so then when it scanned out, I was like, "Yes," because it was just so nice to see that. And outside, because he's the sheriff, he's the head person in charge.
That's usually how it is. It's usually how it is,
and
honestly.
Like, I was just like, I love that for him because at the end of the day,
I feel like that. Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead.
I feel like that's the part where the hyper masculinity, you don't get to lean into some of your femininity to embrace stuff like that, and that's why it seems so vulnerable. I feel like if more men embraced what probably feels good, that you wouldn't have the hyper masculinity, because some men enjoy stuff like that, but they overcompensate in power roles and hide it and try to like get their fix there, and then this part of this is hidden. We're gonna say closeted or DL or all of that.
I think that like even just like outside of the show, for men who are in positions like that, I still don't think that it was something that they would express that they desire. It would probably take for their spouse to initiate
to do it.
To feel
but I think it depends.
Some of them outsource it.
I think it depends because this finna go to race. White men will gladly vocalize that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Or outsource it, because like I said, a lot of people will do with their mistress what they won't do with their wives.
That too, right? But still, white men, like, and even watching that, I was just like, this the one thing I can appreciate about white people, right? White men. And
they explore sex.
Yeah, they explore sex with no guilt, right? For outside looking in. They explore and they don't care. It's like I'm a be sexual. I'm gonna be free.
Sexuality isn't attached to sex.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I'm gonna have fun with it. This don't define me as who I am in all aspects of my life. I like this. I like this type of pleasure. I'm going to engage in it, and who cares? But you know, black men and probably other races, there's like it's so
because
taboo,
it was used to
the booty hole is a no-no. The booty hole is.
Because it was used to dehumanize black men.
Right,
like,
yeah, we're not technically, we know that part, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not even finna go down that rabbit hole. Yeah. But it's just the fact that it was like, oh, I can appreciate, that's one thing I do like about them, that they're just not afraid. The reasons why they ain't afraid, that's a whole nother ordeal.
Power in itself.
Yeah, but it's just like they're not afraid, and it's like I wish in general
that's that power and privilege.
Everybody can just be that
openly
free and open with themselves. Not even just like what other people but just starting with yourself and knowing like this is what I want. This is what I want to explore, and I don't have to be afraid to express that to somebody that you're like really into.
that you're with in general.
Yeah.
Because sex should also be a safe space.
It really should be. It really should be. But, people be judging.
It's very taboo, and I feel like that's how things do happen, is because conversations behind it being a taboo.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Spencer,
I'm listening.
if your significant other wanted to peg you, do you feel like that's
He was like, wait a minute, this is not what we talked about. Pause.
I wouldn't be into that.
Fair enough.
Fair.
No,
Simple and sweet.
That's not what that was for.
I mean, that's not what it is either.
He don't even like to try new food, so I don't even know why we asking. Like, you asking the wrong person.
We only want to eat chicken nuggets.
That man,
those aren't the same things.
That man don't want to try pasta salad. You don't know. You don't know, do you, Spencer?
No,
you don't know, do you?
I'd be way more willing to try stuff sexually than food. That's just me.
Interesting.
Interesting, but fair.
Have we said anything that's wrong that's wrong your bells or intentions out?
No,
He been real quiet.
I know, right?
Y'all just cute.
What about like men who don't give head? How y'all feel about that?
I don't know them.
Trash.
I don't know them.
They are trash.
I don't speak to those people anymore.
I think that's a young man's game.
It is a young man's game.
Yeah. DJ Khaled don't get head.
Man, he's childish, probably.
There was a guy on TikTok that literally said that it was a black man and he's married and whatnot. He was like, anytime a man tells you he ain't giving you head, he's childish and immature. He's like, because what do you mean? I want to eat every inch of my wife's body. And I was like, I love that for her.
That's right. I love that for her.
Exactly.
Like, that's her.
Exactly.
I love that for her because what do you mean you don't give head? What is?
I just don't understand.
But you want her penis.
I was just about to say, I'm a real big, give and take kind of guy.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, I can't expect that and not. You feel me? Like,
now,
if you say you don't like it, that's one thing.
Right.
Just flat out say like, nah, I don't do that. That's kind of crazy.
Have you tried it? Is what somebody
right.
you
You
tried
don't
it.
like to give it. You can't like to get it either.
That part.
And that'd be the thing. It's just it be a mutual. It'd be a
now,
mutual.
unless she says she don't like to receive it, that's
Let's
different.
understand that. I'm gonna say, what's wrong with you?
That
But it could be written trauma or just anything.
Yeah.
Or sometimes don't work.
Yeah.
Don't work like that.
That's a lot of
Some things don't work.
Do you think oral sex is necessary every time you have sex?
No.
There's some people
It
that feel like that's
depends
a
on
part
your
of it.
partner.
Right, it does depend.
Actually, I was gonna say it depends on the location. For me, it was depending on the location. We springing it in the car. We on some quick action. Then let's just get straight to the point because we don't know how much time we got. But if we at home, then why not?
Yeah, we got all day.
What's the excuses? Yeah. Like, why are we in a rush? Why are we in a rush?
Yeah. No, but for me, no, I don't have to have I don't have to receive oral every time.
I don't. I would like to though, but I don't need it. I really enjoy it though.
Like yeah. But that's just something that's actually new for me though. Like that just came over time. That's actually because it used to be we ain't doing shit unless you get down. But now it's just like I can give and I feel even empowered. Right? I can give and I need it and we can go to sex. Like there's been times where like I would give and he's ready to give and I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. Like let's go to the next step. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's already worked you up so much. A lot of women also get like I enjoy it be a competition to me. But I enjoy giving oral sex, so it's also kind of like, you know, that will work me up enough to the point where I don't need it.
That's why I say it depends on your partner.
Yeah.
Some partners see that as a sport. So
but you're not like that.
I'm competitive.
I'm getting close.
I'm competitive.
I hit them on.
Exactly.
What do you mean no hit?
Because now I'm amped up. Because I'm getting turned on the fact that I'm hearing you.
Right.
And like now I'm ready to go to the next.
Exactly.
The next
or now I'm like, I'm about to go harder.
That
like in that situation only I can say I do enjoy seeing him vulnerable. In oral sex, spaces of oral sex, that I do like to take charge in. Because I'd be like, did that.
And that's why we say, like, you know, it's phases. You go through different phases, right? Because I went through a phase where I was like, I ain't trying to suck no dick. Like, I don't want to do it.
Right. I don't think I've ever was
that girl. I'm over this. But then I was like, all right, come on, that ain't fair. Let me get back to it. And let me learn some other techniques. You know, every time you learn different techniques, so your jaws ain't hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My sex is always dependent on how I feel. If I like you, you're gonna get the best of me. If I don't, you gonna see that too.
But that's in relationships too. Like I feel in general,
it's not always gonna be.
Yeah, like in general, like look, because going through what I'm going through now in the space of my life, I've even told my spouse like I'll never deny you sex. But I'm just in a space where it is hard for me to initiate sex, like because
you might not get your best.
Initiating sex as a woman and then coming off of like postpartum or like even going through postpartum, like it's so mental because like you really have to make yourself feel good in order to feel confident enough to approach your spouse for sex. Even if you should feel comfortable, but it's like it's a mental thing. Like I need to feel comfortable with me and my body in order to do it. So like even then sometimes it's like I tell my spouse like, look, you have to meet me halfway. I ain't gonna never deny you, but I can't guarantee that I got the energy to initiate today. Because
let me ask you this, because you said this word twice, and I really want your perspective on it. What do you mean you're not gonna ever deny him? What does that mean for you to not deny?
Even if I'm mad, if you want to have sex, we'll have sex. So just because I do kind of look at that as a way to also like take the tension off of things, like loosen things up. And then like shoot, sometimes I be mad and I just be like, who the fuck gonna be mad and horny? I wanna just be mad and unhorny.
See, I can't be mad and horny. It's one or the other. I can't be both. I don't do makeup sex. Like we gonna have a conversation and then like
I actually do some of my best talking in post-sex cuddle. So if we go into it kind of tense and then like that,
because
sometimes you just need to clear my head. You're not yourself when you're angry.
Sometimes you gotta knock out some of that tension and that stress that's up and knock the tension off this.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
I mean, that's fine.
But he's also not. He also isn't a person that's like gonna approach me for sex if I am
if
mad.
he knows you are upset.
But I do let him know in general, like, and I say that because even if I don't approach you for sex, doesn't necessarily mean I'm not willing to have sex. But mentally with postpartum, I just can't initiate it. It's hard to do that. So that's why I always let you know, like, I'm not going to deny your sex, even if you look at me like, oh, she's not in the mood. Like, if you're in the mood, like, I'm not going to just deny you because right now I'm not feeling my best. Like, you still have needs too. So,
what do you think? What would happen if you do deny?
I've denied before in the past and nothing's happened.
Okay.
So yeah, nothing's happened. But that's just a choice that I've made myself. Like,
no, and that's fine. I was just wondering, like, what was your what that looked like for you?
Yeah, I've been
some people do feel like
they have to have sex.
Right?
Yeah,
like
I don't feel like I have
their
to.
partner, and actually you can deny your partner.
Yeah, for sure.
For whatever reasons, internal, whatever you're going through. You can absolutely say, no, I just don't have to give. Like, because sex is not, again, for women, majority of women, sex is more mental and emotional. Yeah. So it's like, to sit here and say, oh shit, let me just roll over and, you know, for some people, that's why I wanted to,
like, and I also say that too, just because and this is in the space that I'm in now.
Yeah.
I also explained that to him because if it was up to me, postpartum would take over my sex life.
Yeah.
And there would just simply not be any sex. So I kind of explained that to him to say that, like, hey,
be encouraging.
It's going to take some effort from you, too, to get me out of that space. Yeah. So I may not mentally be in a space where I can, or if I feel comfortable enough to approach you, but I'm letting you know that in this space, if you was to approach me for sex, it's likely that I wouldn't deny it, because it's not that I don't want to. It's just that I just don't have the confidence to.
Right. And then him approaching you sounds like also it's him showing you that he still desires you.
That he desires, like, okay, exactly.
Okay, I don't gotta let out of that space.
And then also have a conversation with someone that you know is going to trust and discern how you're feeling, that they wouldn't impose it on you when they know it's not the time or the place.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly. Saying that to someone who just don't give a crap about your feelings, and I feel like that's where the concern of like consent and coercion.
Right.
Now I'm just doing it because I feel like I have to, and if I don't, I'm scared of his reaction.
Right.
Versus if I have a conversation and I let him know I'm not in the space mentally, he's not gonna take that as rejection. Exactly. He's gonna take that as there's some concerns with my wife, and I want to work
right. And then also helping him be more aware to that.
Your body language.
To understand that, like, okay, my wife is going through a thing. Her not approaching me for sex does not mean that she does not want me.
Yeah, exactly.
In this moment,
it has nothing to do with me.
It has nothing to do with me.
Yes, and it's not rejection to him.
It's not rejection to me. Exactly. Because I had to explain too. I was like, look, you don't know. Like, I be in a bathroom prepping myself up like, you got this. Yeah. Because I also know that he actually does like being approached for sex, and that's kind of where that kind of becomes difficult, because I'm just like,
you have to get confident enough in yourself.
I'm just trying to help.
She's trying to get
exactly, and then too, which is also why I went therapy too, just amongst other things, but because for me, I am a words of affirmation person. My husband is very much, he shows love with acts of service, and I'm like, when you're going through like postpartum and you don't feel the best about yourself, you kind of need those words of affirmation. Yeah. So now I'm like not getting the words of affirmation, and I'm trying to hype myself up in a bathroom. I like, it's so exhausting that I'm like, I can't keep doing it all. So like, I need you to, like, if you want sex, I'm not going to deny you sex, because I kind of understand that like my postpartum is our problem, but despite it being me, it's something that I literally have to work through on my own. So, but I ain't afraid of his ass.
Yeah, and I think it's important to have that conversation, because I get where you were coming with asking the question, because you'll have women who won't say anything and won't be in the mood, and that will build up a lot of resentment in your relationship, for one, and two, can be very traumatizing or re-traumatizing for women.
Because I can feel my scene.
Yeah, and I wasn't trying to make it seem
I know, for the audience.
Yeah, I wanted them to be able to know, like, you know, what that looked like and what that meant.
I saw a conversation online about women crying during sex. Like, a man was like, hey, this girl started crying during sex. What does that mean? Like, because even for some men, that can be jarring of like, okay, what is going on here? She crying
without moaning.
Yeah, because you don't know what kind of state she in. And some of that is women doing things that they don't necessarily want to, but not feeling vocal enough about it, and it not being a good experience.
Yeah. And I think also, just even on the flip side, like,
there's some emotional release too, where women be like, that's that good, and I'm crying because it's so good too.
Right. But what I was about to say was that, like, men go through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
performance anxiety.
Yeah, and then like, they're not there mentally, and they have the right to deny sex too. You know, it's like, you know, no, I don't have it in me. Okay, what's happening? Especially if it's not the norm, right?
Yeah, right.
Like in your situation, like, that wasn't the norm before, but now all of a sudden this is it. Having those conversations is extremely important, because back to what we said earlier, what used to work probably no longer works, or what used to get me excited don't get me excited no more, or just simply saying, this is what I'm going through, and I'm realizing I just don't have the energy, or I don't feel sexy, or I don't have a sex drive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of, like, men, one of the top reasons why men like sex drives will go down could be stress, finances,
work, burnout,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, wait, what?
Sex the last thing they thinking about.
Exactly. And I've gone through that in my marriage, where it's like working so hard, trying to figure out certain things, and it's like, And I even have my moments. I'm like, damn, nigga, you ain't attracted to me no more. What's up?
Yeah, and
is it another bitch?
And women don't not feel that way when he denies it too.
I can get to Bali real quick and be over there with Russell Les. Keep playing with me. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying. I ain't no killer, but I'm pushing. But no, it's just like, but just again having that conversation of like, wait a minute, your actions are a bit different than what they usually are. Like, what's happening? Like, you're not giving me even though I'm not a huggy, touchy, feely person.
I know that
you're something in your behavior has changed.
I know that you are, and you ain't doing it.
Yeah.
So we got a problem here.
Right.
Like, cause while I may not want the touch all the time, I look forward to it. Yeah. Cause I know like that's you showing up. That's
how I know you show love.
And I've altered myself to become comfortable with how you typically show up.
Exactly. And even with that, like I'm actually in a stage in my life now where I actually look forward to the touch now. Right. Crazy. Okay. So I'd be like,
you ain't smacked my ass in a while.
That part, like, why you won't pass it? Ain't
why
you ain't up on me? What's happening? But I think, like, cause like y'all are in couples therapy. You've mentioned, like, we are too, and we specifically started seeing a sex therapist so that we can vocalize the changes in what we want at this stage, because it wasn't working no more.
Right.
Like I became that person like always initiating.
Right.
And I'm like. Okay, hell no.
Right.
Hell no. This ain't it. What's happening here?
It just doesn't feel good too.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Like, at least, and that's why I said like earlier, like, even if you say to me 6 a.m. in the morning, I'm trying to bend you over, that's still initiation for me. Because I know that, you desire me.
And you're going to do everything after that. I just need to know that you want. That's my thing. I just need to know that you want me.
So as a divorcee, as a divorcee, that was part of the reason of the divorce. It was just like you could tell the sex life was changing. When it's like months are going by without having sex, you're like, okay, what is going on? And like retrospect, to be able to look back on it, you could tell somebody's going through their own personal things and it's not you, but you internalize it. So it was a lot of like, what am I doing wrong? Is it the weight gain? Is it this?
Right,
is it that?
Acting like, dang, I ain't cute no more.
Yeah, you go through. I was going through my ugly little lock phase, right? I was like, okay, I'm not the girl you met because I had a bust down and whatnot.
Right.
So it was just like, okay, did I change too much or whatever? And I internalized a lot of that, but it was because there was no communication. Not to say there wasn't attempts, but there was no communication of that.
And consistent communication
that part
is important.
That part.
You can't just be like, oh yeah, we had this, like our marriage counseling.
Maintenance, because even people think like, oh, if you get in counseling, something wrong. No, this is just maintenance.
I have couples I see to this day for maintenance at this point, because life changes. And you start having kids, you start doing different
If you
things.
have work goals, why would you not have goals at home?
That's what I was going to say. Exactly. Like, people have to get out of their mind that like, you can just go through your marriage like this. Like, you even look for a promotion at your job.
Right.
You should look for a promotion within your
You should always have an annual evaluation. How can I be better?
Hello? And that's what our therapist, he was like, you have to have weekly check-ins. Yeah. Like, he was like, you have to. I was so strategic about choosing this. I told Shaniqua, y'all, I said.
And I have referred that therapist to so many couples.
He's
that's
good.
In my friend group, I'm like, go see this person right here.
He's really good. But I was strategic. I'm like, okay. It has to be a male. I'm like, we had a male before. Okay, it has to be a black male. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, we had someone that wasn't necessarily married before, and Darnell would find anything. I was like, so he's married. He's been married for 20 years. I was like, and he had Kappa. Ding, 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 ding. Darnell's a Kappa. I was like, he got kids. And both his kids went to our alma mater, Kenwood. I said,
you ain't got no excuse now.
He ain't got no word. You can't find nothing bad to say about him now. So, and he only 8 minutes from our house.
That part. And just even that, right? And then we're going to wrap this up. Even that is just like, you taking the initiative in that and like being very strategic when it wasn't you who had all those reasons not to pick a certain therapist.
Right.
It was your husband who had those different reasons. And I think that doesn't get talked about enough of like, you the one who got the issue. Why you ain't doing all the legwork for that? Part. But because you value your marriage so much and love your husband so much and you want to make sure y'all continue to grow and make it to the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 years, you took it upon yourself. And so kudos to you.
And I want to give like just putting in just like inspire people in marriage. Unfortunately, like I hate this part of marriage, but there are times when unfortunately you are the person that's
doing the work.
Yeah. You know, and I'm, praying that through therapy, it becomes more of like a partnership and we're doing the work. But also too, like, then this is why communication is so important, is because, and why you need to have these check-ins, is because there are often times where both of you are doing work and you're working so much that you don't see what the other person is doing. So you feel like you're the one that's doing all the work. Right. They feel like they're the one that's doing all the work. You're both working, but no one's talking about it. Exactly. So in the midst of doing all this work and not checking in, y'all working like this.
Y'all working against each other instead of each other.
When y'all could be working together with what you're doing, but y'all not talking about it. So I'm like, well, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. And I'm like, what you doing? And I'm doing this. What, so it goes through this. So, like, there's going to be a time where somebody has to say, let me stop talking about what I'm doing.
Right.
And do something about what we're not doing.
Exactly.
So it is not easy, y'all. And
yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not easy. So,
but it's not easy, but it's like a good not easy if everybody decides.
If
everybody pulling their weight, if everybody pulling their weight, because you can't be the only one drag. You can't do it by yourself. I'll say that.
You cannot fight. You cannot
do it by yourself.
In a fight that involves two people and you're the only person fighting. It has to be two people fighting together and not against each other.
And the fight. And that's why I was like, it may not be easy, but it's a good not easy when you said, everybody is working together.
Board,
because having the conversations not gonna always be easy, but can we have this conversation together and come with a plan together, or see what's next? Like, we're doing it together, but we can acknowledge in a moment that, like, this shit is hard. Like, cause you ain't never had to deal with no shit like that. It's like, you knew at this shit too. I'm saying, just like you say, when you was talking about being a mom, shit. Dalen new to this. I'm new to this.
We don't know each other.
Right.
We don't know each other.
That part.
Nigga, I just met you a couple years ago. Like, for real.
Stage in your marriage where that's new. We don't know this. We ain't never experienced it. Because why would you know it?
Because we're always growing and we're always new. Like, people, and you have to understand, too, like, people have to get out of their mind. Me and my husband been married for 10 years. I know I'm not the woman he was with 10 years ago.
That part.
He's not the man that I was with 10 years ago.
Right.
So but for some reason we keep holding each other to who we were.
That's standard.
Yeah.
It's like you have to grow and maybe honestly, and just not thinking about this. Now I'm talking about this in therapy. Can we have a session to reintroduce ourselves?
No.
I like that. Yeah. No, seriously.
Like, literally, who are you now?
What are your desires, and did they change?
What are your desires now? And honestly, even if they are separate from who we were and what we desired back then, how can we merge them? Can we merge them?
That part. Can we merge them? Because sometimes you can't.
It doesn't. Sometimes
it
doesn't.
Then you can't.
This is what decided my divorce. I ain't gonna lie. My therapist asked me this question. She said, if this behavior was to continue for the rest of your life and it didn't change, could you accept that and live with it for the rest of your life? I was like, if this behavior for the rest of my life? Oh, no.
Yeah.
They said they're not willing to change.
And if you're not willing to change that, once it's brought it to your attention, if that's something that don't change, I realized, okay, we can't force that.
And it is hard I am not the stand together for the kids. That ain't me.
That's actually one of the worst.
That's not me. I'm not that. And I've had the conversation with him.
FTK.
I was like, look, I said, I would rather my child have two very happy homes.
Healthy co-parenting.
Two very happy separate homes.
Because when you do all the arguing to the end,
home,
it's always a fight to the end.
I had a family member that was like, when she got old enough, she said, why don't you just get a divorce?
I had a lot of people say that. Like, I just wish.
Say it.
Yeah, I just wish they would get a divorce.
I got a divorce when I was a kid. Like,
yeah,
I knew y'all was having troubles. Like, why was y'all still there?
I never
we wanted you to be grown. For what? You ruined me more back then, and I'm listening. I hear that all the time.
And it's an image. It's an image. Oh, my child is in a 2-parent household. Are they? Or do they just have 2 parents in a household?
Pretty much.
So you have to be, and I'm that person. Like, I am not just raising raising my child. I'm also raising somebody's husband, somebody's father, exactly. So I have to be conscious of the example I set here, because that is going to be the makeshift and the makeup of what they present.
Exactly.
And so,
bottom line is, y'all gonna if you're gonna be in a relationship and you want your relationship, like, fight the good fight and get the outside help that's needed from a therapist.
And have conversations. Honestly, it's just like if you could even start with having conversations in your own home about sex,
to understand what's being said and what's happening and what's
and it's
wrong.
Not an attack.
Not to look at it as like, oh, you're attacking me. No.
Ask them, did you say this? Because you may have heard it completely different.
That part.
Don't hear what your feelings.
I be like, what did you just hear your spouse say? And it be something completely different than what their spouse has said. And I'm like, no, actually, this is what we should say it. You know? So it's literally just
we have very emotional ears. And that's where it's just like, okay, let's
But we started this episode talking about intimacy.
It's part of it.
Wait, my bad.
I'm like, hold on.
Calm the hell down.
No.
I was about to add, there are so many levels of intimacy. Because we started talking about the sex part of it.
But emotional.
Please. But there's so many levels and stages of intimacy: emotional, intellectual, sexual. It's actually like 6 stages. Y'all look it up yourselves. So really, I do encourage everybody to like really look into it, look it up, and determine and talk to your significant other and really determine like what's the good areas, what's the areas that needs for improvement, what y'all want. Talk about y'all desire, bedroom, outside the bedroom, desire for y'all marriage.
Kinks?
Right.
Kinks. Oh, I love a good, y'all know. Anyways, so yeah, with that being said.
I can't wait for us to get off air so we can talk about it.
With that being said, y'all know what to do. Follow us on all social media platforms at Why Me Please Podcast. Share with y'all mama, sister, uncle, brother, everybody in the neighborhood, okay? And y'all know what it is. We're not just a podcast for tea, so why me please? And don't forget, if you want our advice, send us an email to advice@whymepleasepodcast.com.